Hi guys, Jennifer Don Calviola, and I felt inspired to share something very special today. Um, a lot of new people have joined our Quiet Voice Big Impact community, so I wanted to welcome everyone and also share something special to encourage you on your journey as an introverted entrepreneur. Because I know there's a lot of challenges around that, but I want to especially encourage you to trust your own journey and own your story. So, what I first wanted to do was share a poem. Um, at the heart of it, I'm an artist and a poet at the heart of it, even though my business, I do branding and I do design and personal presence and style to take a really holistic approach to serving introverted leaders with their brands and businesses. But at the heart of it, I'm an artist and a poet. So I actually started my journey um, putting poetry on t-shirts. So I wanted to share. So here's my favorite poem. It's called I Am. And I thought I would start off by sharing my poem just to give you some inspiration and encouragement. Okay, I am. I am flourishing. I am thriving. I am expanding. I am advancing. I am. I am here nor there. I am everywhere, pervading, sustaining, my thoughts formulating into an infinite state of my own creating. I have a lot of poems, but that's my absolute favorite because it feels like a really universal mantra, all about believing that you have the undeniable ability to consciously create your life. I really believe that, and I wanted to share a little bit about my story and how this poem is actually captures my my own journey. I just wanted to share some words of encouragement around that. But this poem is interesting. When a lot of you have heard my story. I used to be a very successful design director, and on the surface, I had it all. Had a good job, nice car, nice house, title, money, all of that. But inside, I felt empty because so much of my self worth was based on my performance and external validation, right? And so, um, the crossroads of my turning point of my life, which ultimately led me here, was losing my job. I was there for 12 years and I helped build a multi-million dollar company from the ground up. And so I was the first employee. So losing that was pretty devastating because I really associated my self worth with the job. And then around that time, I was also diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So I had trouble walking. I had this pain that would travel, like a throbbing pain that would randomly travel all over my body. So, but looking back now, I know that there's a connection between because I felt so disconnected and empty on the inside. I know that's why it manifested like that in my body. So that was the turning point of my life. And I remember thinking, what am I going to do? Because up to that point, so much of my life was all about me planning. I'm a natural planner. I can analyze, um, but at that point in my life, I really felt like I couldn't keep doing things the same way because it got me there, and I was really, physically, spiritually, um, just at a loss. So I remember at that point, I heard this quiet voice inside me to tell me to uh, take a break after I lost my job. And even though my mind wanted to get a job right away, I knew that I was so burnt out that I needed a break. And so I listened and I took that break probably 2 or 3 months. And during that time, I received a divine download to put my personal poetry on t shirts. Now, my background is in design, so it wasn't hard, but my ego, my logical mind was like, how am I going to support myself, right? So, but I took a leap of faith because I lost everything, you know? So I really didn't have anything to lose. So I decided to do that, share my, what I call my Dawning Soul Poetic Teas. Like I said, this is like one of them here. And I still share them now as a way to continue to organically grow my community, support my community in my blog. I regularly feature inspiring individuals as dawning souls on my blog to help inspire people by supporting their story and their vision. So um, I did that, and I remember just once I actually took that leap of faith and started moving on faith, really, instead of me overthinking, that's when my life started. I felt like I started to be carried. Instead of me like willing things to happen, I felt like I was being carried to the next step, the next phase, which I always talk about the turtle way. I feel like this was like the beginning stages of it, just walking by faith and putting a lot of weight in the invisible and not understanding how everything's going to work out, but just trusting that you're being guided. And ultimately, I had success sharing my poetic teas. I even got to Houston Fashion Week, but I also, I feel like everything came full circle because I really wanted to go deeper. Even though I was drawn to the fashion industry, something was missing for me. I always wanted to go deeper. And so over the past over 3 years, I received a lot of divine guidance about introversion, being an introvert. And so I remember thinking like, what's this about? Because I kept seeing it over and over again. So I pay attention to when things come into my space a lot. And so being an introvert, I learned, it just means you need regular quiet time to recharge. And so that was absolutely me. So I decided to, I felt like I was being guided to serve other people like me, other introverts. And that's really when my business really took off, because I really tapped into a certain group that I knew I could serve really deeply and really help these introverted leaders own their quiet voice and their fierce power to build brands that make a big impact. So, and which ultimately got me here, where I'm offering branding and design services, but also personal presence and style. Like I said, I take a very holistic approach because to me, that's the only way I've learned how to create sustainable success. So I share my story really briefly with you, just to give you a sense that I did not have a master plan. I just really trusted in a force greater than myself and trusted the process and allowed myself to be led, because I was at a point where I couldn't keep doing things the way I did before, where I would force things and I will things to happen. Even though I was really good at accomplishing goals, it felt too hard. I was always pushing. And I feel like where I'm at now is I am now allowing things to happen. It's more of a more feminine approach. It's about relaxing into the overall process, asking, I pray and I ask for guidance, and I trust my discernment on what is it I'm meant to do each and every day. Who am I meant to serve? And today I really felt inspired to share this Facebook Live with you, and really just talk about, I felt like I really felt inspired to share my I Am poem with you, is because it really embodies and captures the spirit of what I really believe everyone has the ability to do, which is consciously create your life. I really do. I really believe that you, when you commit to yourself and allow yourself to attune to a force greater than yourself, whether that be God, the universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, but you allow yourself to align with that, allow yourself to resonate and align within yourself, and then take action based on those inspired, the inspired guidance you receive. That's when magic happens. That's when flow happens, when things fall into place, synchronicities. So I hope this is really inspiring for you. I really wanted to help set the tone for all the new members that our Quiet Voice Big Impact community is a very loving, kind, and very supportive group. And I wanted to encourage you on your journey that as an introverted entrepreneur, you have many superpowers, many gifts, and your journey is meant to unfold organically. So trust that. That's what happened with me. I didn't have a big master plan, but I trusted the process. I trusted that every day God was asking me to stay present and always pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the guidance I would receive, and then take inspired action consistently. And that's honestly like how I got here with my business. So with my business Dawning Soul. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or if you'd like to learn more about how I can possibly support you even more deeply with your brand and your business, you can send me a private message or you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com. And FYI, this Friday, we're going to do a Q&A on Facebook Live in our group. I'm going to be answering a lot of y'all's questions on visibility. I've been seeing a lot of new people join our group and sharing how they've been struggling with putting themselves out there and visibility. So I shared a post in the group where you can post your questions, and that I'll do my best on Friday to answer your questions. The Facebook Live will be at 1 p.m. Central on Friday. So I look forward to supporting you. But I hope my share today about owning your story has resonated with you, and especially with my I Am poem. I really hope that you feel the spirit behind it, because I really believe it is a mantra and it's a universal truth that you have the ability to consciously create your life, right? Your dream life the way you want. Okay, guys, I hope this has been helpful, and I will talk with you soon. Bye, guys.